In this video, I will be demonstrating this simple wire-wrapped crystal point ring. I will be using this small clear quartz crystal point. You will need something round that is the same size as your finger. If you intend making rings, I would suggest getting a ring mandrel. I have marked my ring size and I am measuring the circumference, which is 2 1/4 inches. My base wires are 18 gauge round copper wire. My wires are 6 inches long, but the length will depend on the size of your ring. I would advise that your wires are the circumference of your ring plus 4 inches. My weaving wire is 30 gauge. You could use a slightly thicker weaving wire if you prefer. The length of the weaving wire will depend on the size of your ring, so start with around 60 inches and add more wire as you need it. Find the middle of the weaving wire. Start wrapping from the centre of the base wires. Wrap twice around the first wire. Place the other wire below the first. Wrap twice around the lower wire. Wrap twice around both wires and bring the weaving wire up between the two base wires. This is the start position of the pattern. Wrap twice around the top wire, finishing with the weaving wire running down behind the base wires. Wrap twice around the lower wire, finishing with the weaving wire in the same position. Wrap twice around both wires and bring the weaving wire back up between the base wires to the start position. Repeat this pattern. Wrap twice around the top wire. Wrap twice around the lower wire. And wrap twice around both wires. I have woven for half the circumference of my ring. Turn the wires around and start weaving from the other end using the same pattern. Your woven area should now measure the same as the circumference of your ring. Now to shape your ring. I like to wrap the wires around the thinner part of the mandrel and then slide them down to the right size. To close the ring band, take one of the weaving wires and wrap it a couple of times around both of the inner wires. I will be using a different weaving pattern to wrap the remaining wires. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap 6 times around just the lower wire. Repeat. Feel free to use a different pattern if you wish. To add more wire, finish the previous wire halfway through the pattern with the weaving wire trapped between the 2 base wires. Start with the new wire in between the base wires and continue the weaving pattern. Continue weaving a few rotations of the pattern before removing the wire tails. Hold the wires close to the base and rotate until they break off. The wires should break below the surface of the pattern and you should not be able to feel the ends. Weave up to approximately 3/4 of an inch from the ends of the base wires. Wrap the other pair of wires the same way. Hold your crystal horizontally to the band at the point where the band was closed. Bend both of the pairs of wires around the middle of the crystal. I should have removed the wire tails before starting this part, so I will remove them now. Now wrap the pairs of wires around the ends of the crystal. Trim the outer wire a little shorter and bend the cut end into a small loop. Position the loop over the end of the crystal to prevent it from sliding out of the setting. Repeat at the other end of the crystal, positioning the loop over the point of the crystal. Straighten out the remaining wires and trim them a little shorter. Bend them into decorative loops and position them on the top of the crystal. Thank you for watching. Please join me for my next video.